Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about Russian Japanese relations, how they sit on the foreign policy scene, particularly in how it pertains to Ukraine. And, we all know how this started. Moscow signs a statement of, hey, don't worry, we're not gonna we're not gonna come after you. We're not gonna invade. We're gonna be neutral. Don't worry about it. And then 4 years later, country looks a little weak, so they invade, take some land, and don't give it back. So that's how it started. But we're not talking about Ukraine right now. We're talking about Japan in 1945. In 1941, Moscow said that they weren't going to go after Japan. But towards the end of World War II, well, they had a little change of heart, and they seized the Kuril Islands. Now, because of this, Japan for a long time didn't want to criticize Russia on the international stage. Didn't want to take a hard stance because there was always the hope of getting this land that they refer to as the Northern Territories returned to them. This is something that historically was Japanese land. They've apparently given up on that, or they realize that they're not going to get the islands back by remaining quiet. So when Russia invaded Ukraine, the response from Japan was a little bit different this time. They said nothing really when Crimea happened. But this time, well, they amped things up a little bit. There were sanctions, diplomatic protests, so on and so forth. They've also chosen to send Ukraine drones and CBRN equipment. CBRN being chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear. So they're sending them equipment to protect from the unthinkable, from Russia escalating to things we hope they don't. Now, as can totally be expected, Putin comes out and says, "Oh, well, fine then. We're just not going to even talk about giving this land back. I was going to, we were going to talk about it some more. We're going to talk about giving you these islands back, but this stopped it after more than 75 years." Russia's old school imperialists. Moscow has always been old school imperialists. They want to change maps. This is a real concern for Ukraine at the moment. Because if there's anything that Ukraine can learn from Japan, it's that if there is any declaration that's signed, Russia's not going to back out. Any land that they can take and they can hold, they will. Because that is what they have always done. That's the historical precedent. This is why I'm fairly certain that eventually, as Ukraine regains the initiative, you're probably going to see a push into Crimea or the other breakaway areas, the other contested areas. And the longer this drags on, the more international support it appears Ukraine's going to have. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.